Philippians Chapter 2, verse 12, Paul says, "Friends, you were always so careful to follow my instructions when I was with you. But now that I am away, you must be even more careful to put into action God's saving work in your lives, obeying God with a deep reverence and fear. For God is working in you. He is giving you the desires to obey Him and the power to do what pleases Him." Paul's encouraging the church, you know what? It's time for you to take responsibility for your own faith. You do such a great job at listening to me when I'm with you. When I'm with you, you are always so eager to learn from me. But when I'm away, what are you going to do? When I'm no longer around to teach you, are you going to fall back into your own ways? Are you going to slack off? Or will you take ownership of your faith? Will you have a deep desire to grow and learn and draw closer to God when I'm no longer around? You know, Paul's saying, I can't be with you forever. So at the times that I'm away, you have to be even more intentional about drawing closer to God. You must be more intentional about growing in your faith. You know, it's all good and well to listen to your teachers and your pastors, but you can't stay in school forever. The whole point of going to school is to learn how to learn. It's not to get the answers. It's being able to figure out how you can grow. You see, the problem in school is if you're always relying on somebody else to tell you when to get up, if you're relying on somebody else to tell you when to go to school, what class to go to, what booklet to open, the minute you leave school, you are lost. You have no one telling you what to do. You have no one encouraging you. This is why it's important to take responsibility for your own faith and your own beliefs. Because you can't be 50 years old and you're calling up your old mathematics teacher to help figure out an equation. They taught you how to problem solve so that when you're on your own, you can learn for yourself. Pastors are there to encourage us, to equip us, to spur us on so that we can grow in our faith and have a desire to draw closer to God on our own. What are you going to do when you are out camping and you have no phone reception and you have no one else to rely on? Are you going to be willing to dig into the Word and open up this conversation with God and draw closer to Him? See, we need to get past behavioral management. We need to get past just memorizing the answers. I know if you were like me in school, instead of trying to solve the problem, I would just flip to the back of the booklet and see if I could find the answer for myself. The problem with that is I might look smart, but I have not learned anything. There's actually no growth there. We must get past memorizing the answers and let God Himself transform us internally. That's what Paul is saying here when he says that God is working in you. He is giving you the desires to obey Him. And He is giving you the power to do what pleases Him. We must understand it is God and God alone that empowers us. We need Him to create inside of us a desire to seek Him out, a desire to communicate with Him, a desire to draw closer and closer to His heart. You know, if there's something that you don't understand, it's important that we work out the answer with Him. And this is what Paul is saying. You've always done a good job at listening to me. But now it's time for you to go to God and work out your faith with Him. So I ask you, are you relying upon your pastor to grow your faith? Or are you taking responsibility and owning your faith and working it out with God?